Good morning, my dear student. On the behalf of KTHM College Nasik and Department of Chemistry of this college, I am Dr. S.R. Lavade welcomes you to the lecture on polarographic analysis. Student, in previous lecture we discussed the qualitative and quantitative analysis in polarography. The identification and estimation of sample in polarographic analysis is carried out by using a polyarogram. Polyarogram is a plot of or a graph of cathodic current as a function of applied voltage. Today we have to discuss what are the different factors those affect the nature of polarographic wave or a polyarogram. Therefore, factors affecting the nature of polarographic wave. First factor that affects the nature of polarographic wave is a residual current. Yesterday we draw the schematic representation of a polyarogram, which is a graph of cathodic current measured in microampere versus applied EMF or voltage in millivolt, and we know that a step-set curve is obtained in this fashion. This is a region that is a region of residual current. Here, this polarographic wave have three different regions. A to B is a region of residual current, B to C is a region of diffusion current, and C to D is a region of limiting current. Therefore, here in polarographic analysis, the nature of polarographic wave is affected by the residual current. A residual current is determined by the concentration and nature of supporting electrolyte determines the magnitude of residual current. Now, if concentration of supporting electrolyte employed in polarographic analysis is less, then cell work under a high resistance. At that time, we have a distorted polarogram, and at that time, we does not have a proper value of half-wave potential. Therefore, when concentration of supporting electrolyte is less, then cell work under high resistance and distorted polarogram is obtained. Then it gives incorrect value of E1 half or half wave potential. Therefore, here residual current directly affects the nature of polarographic wave, and magnitude of this residual current is determined by the concentration and nature of supporting electrolyte. If we use less amount of supporting electrolyte, then cell works under high resistance and we have a distorted polarogram. At that time, we have incorrect value of half-wave potential. Therefore, identification of analyte is not possible with suitable manner, and there is error in the measurement. Second factor is the migration current. Migration current is also determined by the concentration and the nature of supporting electrolyte. Migration current is eliminated. Migration current is eliminated by adding supporting electrolyte. Supporting electrolyte. And if supporting electrolyte is less in concentration, then also the migration current does not completely disappear when concentration of supporting electrolyte is less, then migration current is not eliminated completely, and that get added into the cathodic current completely, and is get added into the cathodic current of analyte. Cathodic current of analyte. When the concentration of supporting electrolyte is less, then migration current is not completely disappears, and it gets added into the cathodic current of the analyte, and hence there is error in the measurement. Therefore, here migration current as well as residual current both are determined by the concentration of supporting electrolyte. The next factor that affects the nature of polarographic wave is a charging current, non-Faradic current, or condenser current. Third factor is condenser current or charging current, or it is also called as non-Faradic current. In polarographic analysis, we know that DME is used as a working electrode, and therefore here the size of this mercury drop is continuously changing. As the size of mercury drop is continuously varying, then we does not have a stable electrode. Therefore here there is no electrode. Here is formation of electrode. It reaches to maximum size in this fashion. As the surface area of the mercury drop is continuously changing, here some amount of electrical potential is utilized for the charging of this mercury drop. And during this, whatever current is observed, that current is called as non-Faradic current. That is not because of the reduction of analyte, but that is because of the charging of the electrode. That non-Faradic current is get added into the Faradic current of the analyte, and hence there is error in the measurement. Therefore, here condenser current directly affects the magnitude of diffusion current because it gets added into the diffusion current of the analyte or Faradic current of the analyte. Therefore, here charging current is associated with the size of mercury drop. As it is continuously changing, there is a charging current, and therefore the charging current or non-Faradic current is get added into the Faradic current of the analyte, and it gives more concentration of analyte. It gives more concentration of analyte. That means here the sensitivity of measurement is decreases as the amount or magnitude of charging current increases, and therefore here charging current decreases the sensitivity of the measurement, and charging current we does not eliminate in dropping mercury electrode because it is always associated with increase in size of dropping mercury electrode or mercury electrode. Now next factor that determines the magnitude or this nature of polarized wave is the half wave potential, or before that we can discuss the diffusion current or Faradic current. Faradic current in polarized analysis is directly the current which is because of the octane reduction of the analyte species. Faradic current is obtained because of reduction of analyte at DME, and it determines the concentration of the analyte. And in polarography, this Faradic current is measured in terms of diffusion current. In polarography, it is measured in terms of diffusion current. Now, if impurities are present in the solution, those are also reducible at the reduction potential of the analyte. Then a cathodic current is increases and diffusion current is increases. Therefore, impurities if reducible at working potential increases the value of or magnitude of this diffusion current, and hence concentration found to be more than actually it is present in the solution. Therefore, here Faradic current is associated with the reduction of the analyte, and here if impurities are also reducible at working potential, then it gives the current that is also Faradic current, and that is added into the Faradic current of analyte, and concentration of analyte found to be more than actually it is present in the solution. Next factor that determines the nature of polarized wave is a half wave potential. half wave potential is a potential at half of the diffusion current, and half wave potential is the identity of the substance. Therefore, half wave potential directly determines the nature of the polarization wave, and this half wave potential is largely affected by the concentration of supporting electrolyte or presence of complexing reagent in the analyte solution. Therefore, the supporting electrolyte or sometime complexing agent directly affect the value of half wave potential. For example, if copper is analyzed in presence of SCl, then it will be reduced at lower potential. Because here copper is uncomplexed, therefore it will be reduces at lower potential in presence of hydrochloric acid medium. But if copper 2 plus is present in presence of EDTA, then it will be reduces at higher potential. Negative potential. Because here additional energy or potential is required to remove that ion from the complex state, and then it is reduced. Therefore, here nature of supporting electrolyte or if complexing reagent is present in the solution, that directly affect the half wave potential, and that gives the incorrect value of the identification. That gives the incorrect value of the reduction potential of the analyte. Therefore, here when we have to analyze particular ion by polarization method, we have to use that supporting electrolyte which is reported in a literature for identification purpose. Otherwise, we have a different value of a half wave potential, and that gives the incorrect identification of the analyte. Next factor, that is a pH of the solution. If any reduction process in polarographic analysis takes place by taking H plus ion, then it will be decreases the concentration of H plus ion. At that time, here pH of solution changes, and therefore we have to use a buffer solution which gives the constant H plus ion for reduction purpose. Therefore, here when reduction of analyte takes place by using H plus ion, then H plus ion concentration decreases or pH of the solution increases. Therefore, the analyte solution is kept at a buffered condition, then suitable buffer solution is employed for reduction of analyte. That means here if pH of solution is continuously varied from or during the analysis, then we can have a distorted polarigram. Again, it gives the incorrect value of the half wave potential. And to nullify this effect, we have to carry out the analysis of the analyte by using a specific buffer solution, that may be acidic buffer or sometimes basic buffer. Student, these are the 6 different factors that affect the nature of polarographic wave. Now we saw some numericals or problem of polarographic analysis.